Take a look at the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us.
We've got 2 candy cane-inspired soaps today from MacDuff's Soap Company.
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too. And for our mention today, I was so excited to see that Ollieworks has expanded their product line, brushes and bowls, which we have given each other for Christmas. Stay tuned. And the option of a longer razor handle. This one, my Meteorite, came with a 3.183, but now you can buy a 3.683-inch handle, and I didn't think they would be that different, but they really are. The only thing that kills me is that the one I got is like electric blue, and the new one is kind of a little bit more navy. They don't exactly match. But I love having the option because I'm trying to learn a shorter handle because you're supposed to choke up on the razor a little bit, but the angle that I did learn was with a longer handle, so I love having the option, and I might get the option for you too when you open your brown one at Christmas time. And what is our soap today?
So we technically got candy cane from MacDuff's a few years back on sale at Pictures. We have not opened it. We have not used it. But since then, MacDuff's has now come out with candy cane lane. So we're going to make sure we show the differences of these two, but we get to meet both of them. Come along with us.
All right, y'all, we were actually able to find the original scent notes for Candy Cane 2023, and they are
peppermint, eucalyptus dives, blue mall eucalyptus, musk, vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, and cocoa.
I'm confused by 2 of those things. What are eucalyptus dives? When I worked in the cemetery, it's when you used to climb up the eucalyptus tree, and that's different.
Is a dive like a leaf, like it's the little things?
And what's blue molly? Hold on.
We need homework.
All right, so neither of these eucalyptus is the kind of eucalyptus we have in our backyard. Eucalyptus dives is more of the gum tree, and the blue mala eucalyptus is more of a small camphorous tree.
Yeah.
But for the star of today's episode, we go to the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com.
Candy Cane Lane is our interpretation of a cherished Edmonton Christmas tradition, where residents of the Crestwood neighborhood display extravagant Christmas decorations that attract visitors from the entire city.
The scent opens with the crisp chill of peppermint leaves and eucalyptus dives, capturing the frosty air of a cozy evening stroll. A heart of vanilla bean adds creamy warmth, enhanced by subtle whispers of cocoa and benzoin for an indulgent confectionery sweetness. Musk, tonka bean, and smooth, creamy woods create a sophisticated base, while a touch of sugar evokes the sparkling of twinkling lights.
Sean's notes, this is the spiritual successor to my candy cane scent, which was a more literal interpretation of the candy cane. Candy Cane Lane shares many of the same notes, but is a touch sweeter and features a more prominent base of musk, tonka bean, and a hint of oud.
He got my letters. Our friend Dave was telling us he's not an oud fan. I sent him a little warmest regards to see what that might do. And we were able to procure a small sample of the genuine article for comparison. So come on, y'all, let's let this new one out of the box. Do you see the little Scotty dog running to you for kisses? There he is, MacDuff himself, y'all. Oh, and it looks like we have an EDP or an aftershave sample, and it says, can you hold this out in the yard so I can read it?
I guess this will be our next soap. Let's see. Icefields Parkway.
Oh.
It looks a little chilly in that picture.
And we bring you glad tidings of great joy. MacDuff Soap Company has recently reopened shipping to the United States, and it arrived safe and sound, free and clear. I love that the color scheme is still peppermint colors. It's still red and white.
Look at, he's got his little beanie on too.
And I'm curious if the natural menthol that is inside of peppermint is going to be evident when I lather my face. But y'all come along with us while we have this most minty first impression. All right, I want you to take this in first because sadly you can't have candy canes.
I cannot.
Like I can. You're on your special Crohn's disease diet, so you take that in and I'll take this.
There you go.
And we'll
I
see
did
what
get
we
the
both
body
think.
lotion from Sterling because I was like,
there
I
you
need
go.
more whips. But theirs to me has a lot more hot cocoa going on.
Of course it does. Everybody knows this. They deny it, but everybody knows this.
So I did see it was listed on Sean's as well, but I think it's used a little differently here, going to Candy Cane Lane. So let's see.
Rod would tell you that it's probably the vanilla. It's giving you that sense of cocoa in there, but if you've smelled it, you know.
This one's not as dark as the candy cane one from Sterling, but it does still have a little coloring to it. It's not bright white.
All right, take it in. See what you get. See where it whisks you away.
Oh, okay. So it is candy cane, but it doesn't go too minty or too sweet.
Oh.
Somehow, I think the other stuff that he's added, it kind of like tames it down a little bit because the mint can be very potent when you smell candy cane. It like goes straight up your nose, almost like a menthol. Here, I like how it kind of has a little more of the benzoin whiteness to it than it does like straight up candy cane.
Nice.
Somehow it's not as cold. It's a little more manageable. Like you do still need a beanie, but I don't feel like I need the gloves and all the things that I'm not going to freeze as soon as I step out onto Candy Cane Lane. So it's cooler. It's definitely the winter time, but it's not like icicles level.
Yeah, because when I smell our other candy cane ones, I'm outside. This might be a warm living room kind of a candy cane.
Well, I don't know. I think I just opened the door, but I'm not like standing out in the streets freezing my buns off.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going to say it's going to the cane kind of levels, but there are parts of that to me that I get those old-fashioned powdered sugar like candy cane little treats going on, so it's not exactly the candy cane. It's morphed into, it's still mint, but it kind of melts as soon as you put it in your mouth. Somehow as soon as I get past the candy cane whiff, then I get more of the benzoin, not quite barber salt, but it kind of has a little tamed down talky kind of a thing. The white is still there, but it does have a little bit more of that side coming through.
You'd like some of this, wouldn't
you? She loves her minty things. I cannot put mint chapstick on without this thing coming running. But I do get like a talky kind of white stone image in mind. So it doesn't completely keep riding the peppermint lane. It kind of jumps off in the middle there. And then the sweetness is there, but I don't necessarily have to take a bite of it. I could smell this all day and I don't think I would ever get tired of how the peppermint's coming through here. So at the very end of the whiff, it doesn't stay as sweet. It goes into that almost approaching oud thing. I think the tonka bean, that kind of brown color in my mind, then goes into more of the oud finish, a little more dapper, a little more just fresh airness. Not that the peppermint stays through the whole whiff. It kind of goes away from me. It starts with it, then it goes into the talkiness, and then it ends with that like oud kind of bougie side.
Well, one of the ways I got to know Kane from PAA was to smell a peppermint essential oil and then go back to Kane and see what else was there. And that's how I came up with my theory that there's some cad going on under the surface of Kane. So we went and got our Lockhart's Authentic Peppermint Soap Paradox that's purely peppermint so we could get a little bit of a baseline and see what else was going on in Candy Cane Lane. So what do you get?
Wow, that takes a lot of the sweetness out as well. Like, I guess there is more sweet attached to the peppermint than I was thinking. Like, the candy cane portion itself, whiffable-wise, kind of goes away. And then I get more that talky, kind of almost stony, like outdoorsy woods kind of vibe coming through. So nothing green in the woodsy zone, but I think it must be the oud, like that type of wood, like brownish kind of color. Like, it's not peppery, but it does have that, like, darker glaze happening somehow.
All right, pass it over. I'm excited to get to know what's going on in this. All right, Candy Cane Lane. Here we go. You are for sure right about this. There are two very different faces going on in here. I almost get the sense of sort of a barbershop going on underneath the peppermint. Fans of Kane, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. They're very different. It's not a barbasol scent under the surface of this, but it's something else, somewhere else. The cedar's given me a sense of buttresses in the building itself, a little bit of golden dust in the air. For me, y'all, the tonka bean is kind of splitting the difference between a vanilla and sort of a hay, earthy note going on in this, very outdoorsy and natural and beautiful, pulling against that rather bossy peppermint sense. Love this. Hold on.
It does have a Sean lens on it. Like, I think that's what you're finding.
And I love what you said about stone. Something cold, rocky, granite-ish going on under the surface of this. I'd say this is only about half peppermint, and the other stuff is loud enough to be heard over that singer. All right, and then going back to this. Hold on a second. Oh, y'all, this is way warmer This is way more resinous to me underneath that candy cane. Now, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. This is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet and the other channels that also have both of these. This is the which cane is in your candy whiff on 3, 1, 2. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. This has a little bit of a floral, sugary sense to it compared to this. Hold on. Oh, yeah, and this is more your outdoor sort of earthy sense with something creamy under the surface of this that kind of brings it back to a grooming experience.
Yeah, this has like a powdered sugar kind of a thing, frosted action happening.
Yes.
And maybe a little cocoa. I get a little more of a chocolatey-ish kind of a middle zone happening here. Caramel-y something?
This is definitely more stuff that is different from peppermint, and that's more stuff that traditionally jives with peppermint. I think that's the difference for me. Well, this says Lane on it. That's just the candy cane, and this is the entire block. There you go. You're welcome.
I like that Sean kind of wrote out his inspiration of how it turned into this one, because I love knowing this is where it started, and then this is how it developed to actual Candy Cane Lane, the location.
It's almost as if there's 95% peppermint and then like a 5% spearmint to take that cold bracing edge off the peppermint, because sometimes peppermint for me can walk in the room and just kind of push it around. That's not happening here. It's peppermint on a suit.
There you go.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's something dapper about it.
Right. And the way the Tonka is adding its own sense of vanilla without it being more traditional vanilla, which is, I think, what drags this more into the chocolate lane of things.
It's not as chocolatey as the Sterling one goes, but it does have a little more of that echoes of the dried cocoa action.
And then in this one is a white sort of laundry musk that is not in this one. Again, something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Who Left Their Candy Cane in Their Pocket in the Washing Machine whiff on 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Now smell that. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Something's more cleaned up about this version.
It's the musks. It's the musks. Well, y'all, why don't you come along with us? We're going to make a lather that would make a Hallmark movie blush and take another look at these scent notes. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com.
We have peppermint leaves that started off with, so it's not just peppermint. I kind of like that this is more like the plant, the actual leaf itself, because it's a little warmer side happening to the peppermint.
Make yourself like a peppermint and leave. And then we've got eucalyptus. Funny, I was kind of thinking it was more of a softer spearmint in here that was kind of offsetting the peppermint, but it's not. It's a colder eucalyptus mint. And then something you sometimes see with eucalyptus, but it's not coming together the way this is. This is coming together with some charm and some cream. We've got vanilla bean. That goes into musk, and the tonka bean kind of hay outside note that I was finding in this. This is beautiful.
This is where it kind of warms it up. So it keeps it from getting too minty.
Right.
And these are where it kind of helps. I got that white image happening.
Yeah. And the tonka bean is really what makes this more masculine and what makes me picture like a wool suit on a winter night. Cocoa, not chocolate.
Cocoa.
But cocoa, the smell of that cocoa powder in your mom's cabinet growing up. Remember when you were 5 and you grabbed a spoon and thought it was chocolate? Well,
much more bitter.
oh, I'm telling you, I still haven't gotten over it. And then, you know what's interesting? Nutmeg. That can have a tiny bit of a bracing edge to it, but Sean's using it to his advantage here to have that kind of melt in with the eucalyptus to present that natural hit of the lane that you're on.
But my nose jumps right to the benzoin and into the creamy woods. That's where I was like, this is something different. That's where it turns for me.
Right. And that is what makes this very different from the original candy cane. Well, that and the creamy woods and the oud that we're about to find here. I'm guessing creamy woods is kind of a sandalwood because that's what I'm getting in there. Do you kind of smell a sandalwood?
Yeah, it blends into like an image of snow, but like there's wood or bark near it.
Right.
It doesn't go very dark, but it definitely dampens that idea.
And it's offset by the peppermint beautifully. They are definitely having a head-to-head race here as far as which one of those is the center of this. I know.
So do you think when we lather this that a bunch of those scent notes are going to just overlap more or come out more?
Well, there's one way to find out. Where's my bowl? All right, y'all. And this is my custom brush and bowl created for my birthday a couple of years ago by Amelia and Gardner. And we're just going to put a little bit of this super soft soap into the ridges at the bottom of this bowl. If you want to tub load your MacDuff's, you got to sign a waiver. Just about the softest soap in the business,
I think so. It's almost even softer than the actual tube cream that A&E came out with.
Right.
It's just that right away it kind of just mashes right under your fingers.
These colors were based on a couple of pairs of Chuck Taylors I had in the 80s. One was turquoise and the other was magenta because it was the 80s. And on special days, I'd wear one on each foot.
I thought they kind of matched these colors pretty good.
Right. And I'm just going to go forwards and backwards. And because this soap is so soft, all of it is already onto the brush. So I'm going to now start slowly building my lather. I'm going to start with a paste so I control the size of the bubbles and bring it to life slowly.
I think that peppermint woke up as soon as you added water. I'm getting it from here. Just saying.
This would be the new V5 base compared to the candy cane in the original base. I love that he didn't put anything boozy in here, that he kind of let the candy cane stay a candy cane so it didn't have to become a Christmassy chocolatey drink or something.
Right. It's almost like a grown-up candy cane somehow.
Right.
Like, this is more the childlike kind of concept. And then this is a little bit more of like the grown-up adult looking at the kids.
Right. And can we please introduce you to someone? This character. This guy is the true villain of Home Alone. Forget Joe Pesci. Forget Daniel Stern. Because a 7-year-old child walked up to this guy getting in his car and said, hey, my whole family just left me. All of them. And he names them. And he goes, they're not coming home. I just want them back. And this guy looks at him and goes, what are you going to do? Here, let me give you candy. And he sends him off into the night.
The Tic Tacs will fix it right up.
You know, when they tell kids find a safe adult, you'd think Santa Claus would qualify, but not this guy. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is In the Lane, Snow is Glistening with on 3, 1, 2. Oh, that's fabulous. There is so much going on. You know, I get a lot more of the woods from this. The peppermint kind of takes over a little bit more, but I like this balance.
Yeah. I did see at Shave Supply that they have the splash for Candy Cane Lane, so I'm almost wondering if those other kind of woodsy parts we could tell a little bit more in the splash, but maybe if it goes on sale, we'll have to grab that.
Yeah, Shave Supply has some really cool exclusive collaborations with MacDuff's too from time to time. Make sure you check out Shave Supply.
But now that we can have MacDuff's in the U.S. again, I'm sure all of the distributors are so excited.
I love everything going on under the surface of this. It makes it so much more than just a peppermint soap, but it keeps its candy cane spine. Because when you do need peppermint, you need peppermint. And y'all were really enjoying Michael's new channel, Lather Bound, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, so we thought you might just like to see for a second what this MacDuff's lather looks like when it hits a moneymaker. Are you kidding me? It's begging for a razor.
This one we might have to leave on a second because we were trying to decide if the peppermint has a little bit of a cooling effect.
Yep, peppermint itself has some natural menthol inside of it. So I just want to see if this gives me a little bit of a cooling effect. Oh, you know what?
I feel like I'm
You know what? I'd say Jack Frost is nipping at my nose just a little bit.
In a comforting way somehow.
Right. Not like a menthol labeled soap would, but there's a sweetness to that mint that's binding with the other scents too.
Almost like if I used cold water to build the lather. Like, it's just that much. Just a little bit. Not like I need to get it off my face. No burniness, but just a little chill in the air.
It's nice. And y'all come along with us, because much like Will Ferrell, we're going to go through the candy cane forest and come out through the Holland Tunnel and go a little deeper.
It's cooling off more now. Like, I almost would say this is approaching the menthol line.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have any special foods that your mom would make for Christmas?
Ooh, actually more like when we would go to my grandma's. We would usually have like waffles or pancakes or something at the house in the morning. And then when we went up to my grandma's, she had all the fun like Filipino food. Like we had pancit and other stuff mixed in. And then, you know, normal kind of like lasagna thing. So we had like quite a variety. So I think I love having that variety, like that smell walking into her house. Just everyone brought food with them, so it was like a giant potluck of all the cultures that were happening. Right. So I did get spoiled in that department. Or we would make the 7-Up and sherbet ice cream punch. That was the thing that us kids really liked.
I'm not sure how multicultural you can assign this, but my mom would make Italian food on Christmas Eve, and cioppino, that was the favorite of my grandfather. My dad's dad, Reuben, would beg his daughter-in-law, my mother, to make her cioppino anytime they were visiting for Christmas Eve, and it was pretty legendary. I was not a giant seafood fan, but I was of that cioppino, especially the crab. Well, there's something about the West Coast and seafood for Christmas. A lot of clam chowder, a lot of crab. I imagine the East Coast is pretty much
Maybe.
the same. Lee?
Yeah, I don't really know exactly when crab season starts, but I think it's kind of about now.
Right. What do you have in Florida, Jerry?
Oh. Yeah, it would kind of mess me up to have it be like 80 degrees outside and decorating for Christmas. Like, at least here it gets cold during that season. Don't your clients live in Australia?
Yeah. And they are putting up winter decorations everywhere, despite the fact that their summer is quickly approaching. It makes no sense to them. It makes littler sense to me.
How do they even get Christmas trees? They would just have to use the fake ones?
They flock them. And you know what they call sprinkles? Hundreds and thousands. Because there's hundreds and thousands of them.
That's so much longer to say than just sprinkles.
I know.
So you would say like a cupcake with hundreds and
Yeah,
thousands?
that's what he says. Can I please have some hundreds and thousands on that? What do they call sequins? I think what I love best about this is that Peppermint is normally such a bossy singer. It is such the Celine Dion, Frank Sinatra of things that the backup singers just let him have it. I mean, come on. But with this, your Gladys Knight is surrounded solidly by the Pips. And they are going to Georgia on a midnight train, and they're taking you along, superstar. But he didn't get far.
I kind of get the image of layering up with scars and stuff and running to the car and trying to turn on the seat warmers and everything. Like, it's just that chilliness around you, like the holidays here, but you're off to do something fun. Like, you have your hot cocoa ready, like you're about to go drive down, like he was talking about, Candy Cane Lane, and see all the fun decorations. Like, it does have that excitement in there somehow.
And it's a kind soul underneath the peppermint, the woods, the spices, the sense of a lovely winter suit in gray pinstripe. And it's friendly. I love that.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check. This does have more peppermint in it. So it still has more of the candy cane-ness, but it has a little of the talciness, but it's way more in the backbone. Like here, it's meant to come out way more.
There's like 9 hands up. Do you see? You know what they want to know? They want to know about the oud in this. I am definitely getting the oud. For sure, y'all. And it's that kind of clean, cozy oud that I find in Oud Spice from PAA. That's what I find going on in
And
here.
it mixes with the musky, benzoin-y, talky kind of thing. Like almost like my teeth kind of grind when I smell benzoin. There's just something about that texture that it somehow, the powdered snow turns into that to me when I take a whiff.
Something dirty.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Something earthy. I'm not going to say it's like a soil note, but it's a walk outside, and I love that.
It's kind of the slush of the snow. You know, like you can see through the snow and the dirt's down there. It kind of just adds that realness to it.
I think it's the way that you can see the forest floor through the snow. That's what this smells like to me. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Clark W. Griswold in the family truckster on his way out to pick up a Christmas tree for his family. Well, they're going to go out miles and miles. They're going to find the absolute perfect Christmas tree. In fact, it's going to be bathed in a celestial glow. And just about the time Rusty asks you, Dad, did you bring the saw? You're going to get your own. So, head over to MacDuff'sSoapCompany.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Candy Cane Lane, and here's why I love this one. We've got some candy cane stuff that is all peppermint. Love it. Beautiful, cold, bracing in your face. But you know what to expect because we've all brushed our teeth from time to time. This is half of that beautiful, crisp peppermint and an entire other world of woods, spices, even ouds and smokes to put you in a beautiful place in Alberta where you can celebrate, where it is warm and safe, and let that blizzard just run rampant outside. And maybe have a little Scotty dog come over for some cuddles. Hey, Sean, thank you for making one of our favorite bases in all of the wet shaving world. It is always so protective and comfortable to shave with a MacDuff's soap. And we will be back in the new year for some new adventures.
Welcome to our Christmas messages.
So y'all, for my 50th birthday, Sarah reached out to Grizzly Bay to see if he would design me a custom barbershop colored brush, and he did. And we bought it. But when we opened the box, there was a second one in there that he had thrown in for free to do as a giveaway to y'all here on the show. And all you have to do to be eligible for this most fabulous brush is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com. Mention Grizzly Bay. Maybe go take a look at a couple of his more recent brush drops, and then check back on our first January episode when we have our Alexa choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck.
So I'm going to go run into Sterling when I want the fun, the whimsical candy cane that Santa would hand me at the mall.
Yep.
But when I want to go out in a beautiful suit and a pea coat over the top of it with every hair in place and bring that beautiful candy cane scents out into the Alberta wilderness,
right?
This is going to be my pony. We got to go visit him one of these days.
I almost feel like this could be even something you wore to like Christmas Eve mass. Like there's something about being up super late and it's dark outside that I feel like this would be a great scent to have on.
And y'all, maybe you're not the biggest fan of peppermint, but you would like to try one of the Christmas offerings from MacDuff's Soap Company. May we suggest Bad Santa, a phenomenal Christmas scent with a spine of what I find is patchouli, and it's the soap that fixed patchouli for me, y'all. It is absolutely beguiling, and it is back this year from MacDuff's Soap Company.
I do love adding more labels to our den that has little MacDuff on it. It just adds a lot more fun to the shave, and I am more tempted to reach for them. I will be honest. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching them.